Get ready for the action because Lando Norris has dropped a bombshell. The McLaren star has revealed a surprise plan regarding Formula E testing, and we are diving deep into what he has been planning. He told us about his intentions to test a Formula E car, a move that has sparked huge conversation between the two racing worlds. We break down exactly what Norris shared about his ambitions and the drivers he has met on the grid. Grapple with doubt, and he reveals what helped Norris push through. And finally, we circle back to Lando Norris and his Formula E ambitions. We revisit the details of what the reigning Formula One world champion revealed about his desire to test a Formula E car, including his conversations with Jake Dennis. This is a huge development as the gap between F1 and Formula E continues to narrow, so don't miss this. Subscribe now and hit that notification button so you never miss an exclusive. Lando Norris has unveiled a surprise plan to test a Formula E car, following his attendance at the recent Monaco E-Prix. The McLaren star was among a host of prominent drivers at the event, including Jake Dennis and Andretti Formula E. Other F1 stars present included Gabriel Bortolito, Carlos Sainz Jr., Nico Hülkenberg, and Oliver Bearman, alongside Christian Horner. Norris expressed deep admiration for the Formula E grid, stating, "I grew up with a lot of these guys or I raced with them. The level of drivers you have here is top. It's as good as you get. You're watching a series that has top-class athletes, some of the best in the world. It's something I enjoy watching and being a part of." The increased competition between Formula One and Formula E, driven by F1's new power unit regulations, has intensified comparisons between the two championships. The F1 drivers present took a close look at the Gen 4 car, which is set to debut next season, and is expected to significantly narrow the performance gap between the two series. Norris confirmed his prior intentions, revealing that he had planned to test a Formula E car at some point, although scheduling conflicts and the demanding workload of Formula One prevented these plans from materializing. He added that while the two series are distinct, interacting with and listening to top Formula E drivers offers valuable insights. This dynamic is being further explored in a special episode on channel YouTube, featuring Ian Parks and Nick Golding alongside Formula E CEO Jeff Dodds. The discussion focuses on the rapidly closing performance difference between Formula E and Formula One, with Dodds offering his perspective on the future trajectory of the series. Oliver Rowland staged a spectacular comeback to claim victory at the Monaco E-Prix, winning round 10 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Starting from 8th on the grid, the Nissan Formula E driver executed a strategic masterclass through the streets of Monte Carlo, carefully managing energy and timing before surging through the field in the closing stages to secure his second Monaco E-Prix win in 2 years. The race was characterized by intense battling, with frequent attack mode activations constantly altering the order. Rowland displayed remarkable patience during the opening phases, while competitors fought fiercely for position. As the race neared its conclusion, the Briton initiated his move, taking the lead at the Nouvelle chicane on lap 23 of 28. Despite several interruptions from full-course yellow periods, Rowland maintained composure to cross the finish line first. In other significant results, Felipe Drugovich secured his first Formula E podium, finishing second for Andretti Formula E. Antonio Felix da Costa rounded out the podium in third after an impressive recovery from an early incident that had dropped him to the back of the field, following a 10-second post-race penalty handed to Mahindra Racing's Eduardo Mortara for contact on the opening lap. While Rowland claimed the win, Mitch Evans of Jaguar TCS Racing leaves Monaco leading the drivers' championship standings after a strong points finish, with Jaguar also moving ahead of Porsche in the team's championship. The Monaco paddock was further energized by the surprise appearance of Formula One world champion Lando Norris, who spent the day in the Andretti Formula E garage supporting Jake Dennis and getting a close look at the new Gen 4 car. The championship now moves to Sanya, China, for round 11 on June 20. Formula One veteran Jenson Button has offered significant praise for Lando Norris's decision to openly discuss mental health struggles during his championship-winning season. Speaking on the Beyond the Grid podcast, Button drew a broader parallel, using 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton as an example to illustrate that even the sport's most decorated drivers grapple with private doubts. Button noted that the immense pressure of Formula One does not dissipate with success, suggesting that even top performers experience self-doubt regarding their performance. Button emphasized that many drivers suppress mental health issues, viewing them as a weakness, which is why Norris's openness is so powerful. Norris himself echoed this sentiment, confirming that seeking support from a psychologist during his title campaign was a meaningful part of his preparation and ultimately contributed to his success. This exchange highlights a growing conversation within the sport about vulnerability and the necessity of mental well-being for elite athletes. Formula One champion Lando Norris has signaled strong interest in Formula E, hinting at potential test driving opportunities in the electric racing series. Norris, who secured his maiden Formula One World Championship title in 2025, discussed his recent experience at the Monaco E-Prix with Formula E. Speaking about the event, Norris expressed excitement, noting that he enjoys the unpredictable nature of the sport and the high caliber of drivers in Formula E. He stated, "This is the first ever Formula E race I've been to, and I'm excited." Norris confirmed he has spoken with drivers like Jake Dennis and others in the Formula E paddock, indicating a plan to test drive a Formula E car at some point to gain insight into the top level of the category. Norris currently faces a challenging start to his 2026 F1 title defense, sitting fourth in the championship with 51 points, trailing early leader Andrea Kimi Antonelli by 49 points. The McLaren driver is scheduled to return to F1 action this weekend at the Canadian Grand Prix, taking place between May 22nd and 24th. The Formula E paddock in Monaco saw other F1 stars in attendance, including Williams driver Carlos Sainz and Audi's Gabriel Bortolito. Furthermore, former Red Bull team principal Christian Horner made a surprise appearance, continuing to be linked with a potential return to Formula One after becoming free from his non-compete clause. Horner, who has been without a role since his departure from Red Bull last July, is now available to join a rival team. The 52-year-old Briton has also made appearances in MotoGP.